In a previous video I made entitled A Critical Analysis of Court-Ordered Mental Health Therapy in Utah Family Law, I discussed how far too often courts order parents and children, separately or jointly, into therapy or counseling without a sufficient evidentiary basis demonstrating its necessity, the scientific validity of the specific therapy chosen, and clear guidelines for its termination, and how this practice causes a variety of harmful unintended consequences. That video gave a partial list of a potential group of harms, and I promised in that video to provide a more comprehensive list of harms caused by hasty and overprescribed therapy. And so here they are. Constitutional and privacy concerns. Court-ordered therapy potentially infringes on constitutional rights to privacy and autonomy. These orders compel individuals to disclose intimate thoughts and experiences, often without clear limits on how this information may be used in legal proceedings. This raises significant concerns about self-incrimination and privacy rights that courts frequently overlook in making blanket invocations of subserving the best interest of the child. Financial burden. Court-ordered therapy places significant financial obligations on parents who may already be struggling with the costs of divorce proceedings and single life. These therapies are rarely covered by insurance when court-ordered and can become prolonged, expensive commitments. This financial burden disproportionately impacts lower-income parents, potentially creating a two-tiered system of justice. Therapeutic alliance issues. Effective therapy typically requires a voluntary therapeutic alliance between client and therapist. Court-ordered therapy fundamentally undermines this relationship by introducing coercion, which research shows significantly reduces therapeutic effectiveness. Courts rarely acknowledge this contradiction when mandating treatment. Lack of cultural competence. Court-ordered therapy often fails to account for cultural differences in approaches to mental health, family dynamics, and child rearing. This one-size-fits-all approach can result in therapists pathologizing normal cultural variations in parenting or misinterpreting cultural expressions among immigrant families, minority communities, and religious communities. Confirmation bias in progress reports. When therapists report back to courts, they may exhibit confirmation bias, looking for evidence that confirms initial concerns rather than objectively evaluating progress. Without structured assessment protocols, these subjective impressions can become determinative in custody decisions, further compounding the evidentiary problems. Adverse effects on children. Court-ordered therapy not only impacts parents, but can significantly harm the children it purportedly aims to protect. When therapy is hastily ordered without proper evidentiary basis, it can disrupt already fragile family dynamics during divorce proceedings. Children often perceive these interventions as confirmation that something is wrong with them, with their family, or with their parents, potentially exacerbating their emotional distress during an already turbulent time. This problem compounds when children are subjected to repeated evaluations, interviews, and therapy sessions with multiple professionals, creating a system of instability and preventing them from establishing the consistency and routine crucial for post-divorce adjustment. Finally, poorly specified therapy orders can inadvertently promote alignment with one parent against the other, particularly when therapists receive unbalanced information or operate with implicit biases. When therapy becomes a battleground for parental disputes, as it often does, rather than a healing space, children frequently feel caught in loyalty conflicts, forced to evaluate court narratives and to validate them, or pressured to report back about the other parent's behavior. Such high-conflict therapy environments correlate with increased anxiety, depression, and behavioral problems in children, essentially transforming well-intentioned interventions into adverse child experiences that may have long-lasting psychological impacts well into adulthood. I said it in the previous video, and I will repeat it in this one too. Divorce attorneys and litigants should be vigilant in challenging vague or unfounded therapy orders and advocating for a higher evidentiary threshold in such decisions. By doing so, they can help ensure that court-ordered therapy serves both a legal and truly beneficial purpose, rather than becoming a tool for judicial overreach and unnecessary intervention in family life.